Hey everybody, in this video, I wanted to talk to you about my personal experience with the new hashtag shorts feature on YouTube and what I've been experiencing after, I think it's been about a week and a half since I started that. And so to put this, I guess we should probably do a little bit of background on what the shorts feature is on YouTube. So this is a feature that YouTube is beta testing in India. Not sure why India, but that's where they're doing their beta testing. And by beta testing, it means that certain features are only available in India. And so a short video, what they're calling a short video, is under 60 seconds, and it's in the vertical format. It has to be vertical format for it to be considered a hashtag shorts. And by doing it that way, it tells YouTube, by using that hashtag shorts, that it's going to be in the shorts shelf. So it's like if you use mobile, you've seen the stories shelf, which as you're scrolling through your home feed, you'll see the stories there. And then the shorts are the same way. And ideally, or eventually, this will only be available for mobile users. And when you go to that shorts shelf and start watching those videos, it'll be something that you're swiping through one after the other. That's the idea, is that YouTube wants you to just consume these as is. And right now, at least outside of India, when you use that hashtag shorts and make the short vertical video, it will sometimes show up in the shorts shelf, but it also just shows up in your regular feed as just another video with hashtag shorts on it.
I'm desperately searching the internet right now because, okay, so here, full disclosure, Steve's in a position where he's already doing shorts. Yeah. We over at Clean My Space are at a position where, because of some of the successes that we've seen with shorts, we're very much interested in trying it and doing it. However, I can't for the life of me discern the difference between a story and a short, because they kind of both seem to be kind of the same thing, or at least it seems to be used for the same purpose. Do you have any?
It's kind of a fine line there, and I think it'll become separate a little bit more once the feature is fully implemented. But for one thing, the shorts don't disappear after however long stories. I don't know how long stories last on YouTube.
It's the 24 hours, I think, is like the deep, like that's what I think Instagram does. So maybe they did that. That's a good point. This is something that's uploaded and it's treated as a video, as in the views count towards your view count. And I'm taking it, things like viewer retention and whatnot also kind of stay the same.
And I think it's also just designed to be that fast consumption. One comes right after the other. So it's almost like YouTube is putting this in a separate box on YouTube, where you can watch the regular videos, but you can also watch these shorts if you want to. And I think that once that is completely implemented on YouTube, at least outside of India, I think that it'll probably start to separate itself more from stories and other features of YouTube.
So what piqued your attention with this? Like, what made you decide to go after this one?
And it's kind of funny because a lot of it came down to talking to Michael Buckley and other creators that we had on our podcast. And they kind of inspired me to just try things and try new features. You don't know what's going to happen until you actually try something. And you can be the person who sits around and just waits for everybody else to figure it out and then jump in, or you could just give it a shot yourself. And I know that Antonio Centeno, he dives into everything right away. And so he started doing shorts, and he was having real success with those. And I know probably the most famous one I watch now is Legal Eagle. He does them almost every day, and they're real successful over there.
It's funny how intimidating it is to want. It's like, especially on YouTube, because I think on Twitter or Instagram or other platforms, it's kind of fine to overshare, as it were. Yeah. But it's really intimidating when you're on a platform where you're kind of used to like putting, produced polished pieces out there.
Right.
And now all of a sudden you built up 1.6 million people who have an expectation of what a Steve Ramsey video would look like. And now you're coming at them with 60-second shorts. So what has that experience been like?
Well, that's the part that I think is probably why a lot of people are just kind of sitting back and just waiting to see how this thing all fleshes out, because I experienced a lot of blowback right at the beginning when I started posting those, because people were confused. What is this? Why are you shooting? And a lot of it has to do with that vertical video syndrome, they would call it back in the day. And people would love to send me this link of there's a couple different videos that were made like in 2012 about how vertical videos are horrible and everything. And of course they were in 2012, but that was 9 years ago. Now everybody's using mobile to watch videos, and everybody on my channel, it's like 57% of views are on mobile. So it makes sense that YouTube wants to format things for mobile and have it easily digestible, I guess.
But part of the problem is now it's actually showing up on a shelf, even on laptops and on computers, correct? Currently?
Yeah, and that's the problem, is a lot of people are seeing those who do watch on desktop, and so they get just the narrow video and they don't understand that. So I think once they stop showing these to people on desktop and laptops, that'll help out a lot. It'll make more sense. And so I think that's probably why a lot of people are just hesitating to jump in.
So what was your approach to it? Like, how did you decide what you actually wanted the shorts to be about? Because I'm sure it would probably been pretty easy to get sucked into the whole, like, make it into a little mini tip.
Yeah.
Like a little
well, that was my first thought, was to just do woodworking tips. And because a couple of people have done it. Really, I don't know of any other makers or woodworkers who are really doing shorts yet. And so I didn't really have anybody to look at to see how they were doing. But I know that whenever I do tips, it really takes longer. Even when I would do like a quick tip videos, I used to do those back in, I don't know, 2012 or 13. And they were never quick. It would take me at least 5 minutes to describe it. And so to try to do a tip in under 60 seconds seemed a little daunting and a little disingenuous. It didn't seem like the right use for that feature. So I kind of ditched that idea. And I thought, well, what if I just use this as a way to connect to my audience a little bit more, and then I can kind of show them what I'm doing, come up with kind of insight into my shop on a semi-daily basis. And what I discovered is, after I started doing that I would read through comments and I would actually be able to reply to some of those comments that I would get in it. So then I already have an idea for my next short because it was fueled by the previous short. So it kind of builds on itself that way. And so that's the strategy I've been taking.
And you're seeing people who are now seeing that you respond to comments or read comments or are actually interacting in this way. So people are clearly much more apt to probably share and comment in the first place.
Oh, definitely. And it's taken a little bit of time to get there. It basically took 4 days of a lot of grumbling and a lot of people who just didn't get it and were upset over the fact. And they thought, well, why are you doing this? Why go back to your regular videos, as if this was only thing I was going to post now that I don't know. It was a strange.
There were soapboxes everywhere.
People were so angry, and everybody becomes an expert. Like, this is going to destroy your channel if you keep doing this. And I kept thinking back to Michael Buckley, and he says, if you're playing the long game, you're going to have times when people unsubscribe. You're going to have times when people like to subscribe. You're going to have times when you get a lot of views and times when you don't get a lot of views. If you're playing the long game, you can ride those things out. And so I kind of knew right away, yeah, I'm probably going to lose subscribers on this. And, part of me is happy about that, because I'd kind of rather see people go if it bothers them. I'm always trying to find that more concentrated audience that I can reach, rather than people who just subscribe for whatever reason. So yeah, I would lose, and it really wasn't that much in the scope of things. I think, I don't remember what it was, but on the most unsubscribed short was probably 100. I think I might have sent you the screenshot. I don't remember what it was, but maybe 100 people unsubscribed from one of those, and which is a fairly high number, I guess, but not in the course, not in the scope of a channel like that.
And you're also kind of trailblazing at this point. I mean, you're doing it at the time that people are running across this feature on a laptop or on a computer, so something which isn't supposed to be. May I first say, when you're watching a video on your phone, to turn it sideways, I get it. It really is asinine. I was one of those people that was like, vertical video, no. But especially now, we're just kind of so used to it. And that's, I guess, the larger point that I'm going to get at, which is like, we're used to that now, so now it's fine. However, right now on YouTube, we're so used to it just being, this is a platform where creators come to upload whatever, but usually polished content, weekly content, like a YouTube video. It's almost like cliche in itself what a YouTube video is, the definition of that and how we interact with YouTube. And I think, okay, the thing that prompted us or me to want to use stories is, not stories, the shorts, is that I realized that this is going to fundamentally change the way that people look and interact with YouTubers. It's going to stop being just a creator who uploads weekly videos. Now there's this new avenue to be able to connect with your audience on a much more personal level, and you'll be able to do so much more content which didn't meet the mark for being put into like a, at least for us, one of our YouTube videos. Yeah. If we need to make a video, it needs to kind of be appealing enough for like a bunch of people as opposed to just something short or whatnot. But that would be if we decided to do the tips thing. But we're going to do the same approach that you're taking, which is more of a personal kind of like motivational inspiration. The one thing that our videos offer, but we don't focus on in our videos, is like the motivational aspect of it. There's a couple of people in our space who like every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they have set content because cleaning and organizing content, people like the structure of having like Monday's the day that we vacuum. So, and being able to like connect with Melissa in the morning and be like, hey, hey, it's Melissa from Clean My Space. Happy Monday. Today we're going to be, and just her to talk quite like you were saying, like the stuff you're doing around the shop. So the stuff that she's, doing at home. Riley got a stain on her shirt. So that's a current thing. So it's an opportunity to kind of do something completely different. And I think moving forward, when it becomes more, when a large percentage more of creators are starting to use this, I think people are going to start being like, oh, I see how this works and how this is, a different way to be able to connect with a YouTuber. And I think it's going to get away from like, this is the place where you come to upload videos. And I think it's going to become way more community-based because of these shorts.
Yeah, and I think what we're going to see, and I'll just predict it right now, is there's going to be people who find amazing ways to use shorts that we never thought about. And I can already see how that happens by when I started doing them just a week and a half ago. I had one idea of what they were going to be. I knew I didn't, like I said, I knew I didn't want to do the tips, but I didn't realize how it was going to evolve the way it is already in just a week and a half, that you don't know those until you actually start doing it. So I could see a time where, unlike stories, which disappear, shorts could be all there. I think they're going to have like their own playlist on your channel. Right now, I'm putting them in a playlist that I created called Shorts, but I could see a time where somebody might want to go back and think, I kind of want to see this whole evolution of something happen. So it's like a ongoing story almost of kind of everything that's happening on a day-to-day basis. And I think that's kind of intriguing to me to try to approach it that way. And to, like I said, just be able to kind of follow up on the previous day's short and not have, I like that I don't have to be cinematic. I don't have to make fantastic video on these things. I like that I can just connect with my audience. And that's what I've been noticing now after those first 4 days of grumbling. weeded out those people. Now they know, okay, if you want to grumble now, it's your own problem, because you shouldn't even be watching these videos. Just don't click on them. It's that simple. It's pretty easy to see.
But how are they going to complain about unsubscribing if they don't click through to the short?
Right. I will now unsubscribe. It's I always love that. That's a weird threat, unsubscribing. I don't know, but like I said, I don't place a whole lot of stock in subscription numbers anyways. I'd just rather have people there who want to be there. And if something as silly as a 60-second short in your feed is causing stress in your life, please unsubscribe. I don't want to be the guy who is causing pain in your life for just having a video, just simply don't watch it. It's
just
not...
trying to connect a little bit more. It's such an amazing way to connect with such a large audience. And it's something you can't do through the regular video kind of uploading stream that YouTube has been known for all this time. So
but
that's
now
what's so exciting. And as you say, the way that some people are going to start using this is really going to blow our minds.
It will.
Melissa has a friend who has, I think, about 1.5 million followers on TikTok now. And she's really been working this platform. It's a channel it's a channel called Everything Delish. And short food content. It's really working, and she's killing it on TikTok. And she just recently, after we were speaking, started uploading literally existing content that she had made for TikTok directly onto Shorts. And I think she already had one. So she has her channel on YouTube. So she concentrates on Instagram and TikTok. She does have a YouTube channel. It only has like 200 subscribers because she had never done kind of long form video. So it's a perfect opportunity for now YouTube to become a relevant platform for people who do short form content, and they actually now have the facility, like the technology, as it were, to kind of like support that in addition to the other type of content that they are doing. I think she just pulled over 7 just for the sake of just like trying it out. And one of them ended up getting 36,000 views.
It's amazing.
The other ones got like 7 and 11 and whatnot, but it goes to show that you do have that in. And here's someone who, would have never had access or exposure to that amount of people if she just uploaded a video and it got exposed to the 200 people that have subscribed to the channel. Here's this new thing which kind of gets put on a shelf and put out there. And because the content is so specifically designed to be, digested that way, she can now just go and upload hundreds and hundreds of videos, because she's been doing this for a while, to start off her channel. And we had also come across that channel that didn't have a name.
Yeah.
Remember? And they started using the community tab, and they just did random kind of community tab stuff, and we're generating millions and millions of votes. So again, just people using the platform in like new and interesting ways. And this does nothing more than kind of like incubate that and allow that to happen.
Right. And as far as TikTok, some of the people were suggesting, why don't you just go on TikTok to do this? And it's because my audience is here on YouTube. It doesn't make sense if the same feature is available on YouTube as TikTok. It doesn't make sense for me to try to bring new people over, because it's hard to get people to click over to new platforms once they're already on one thing, And so it just makes sense to have it all here
with your biggest audience. You'd have to go over there, build an audience of 1 million plus to be able to get that kind of traction in the first place. So
and what we're starting to see now, and I haven't experienced it on my shorts videos, is that there could be kind of an incubation period people are seeing on these things that they're not seeing on regular videos, where you're not getting the views in the first week or so, but all of a sudden it'll just spike. And I think a lot of people are scrambling, trying to figure out why that's happening on certain ones. And, it's just so new. It's interesting to see how it's going to play out. I think that it's a matter mostly for creators to try to educate their audience about what's going on. I think that my suggestion would be, and I didn't do this, I did it on my second short, but on my first short, I should have said, this is a short, this is what it is, and explain what it was. And so just so people know what they're getting into, because people generally, they like for you to change, but they don't really want you to change anything. It's sort of like, we like to see you grow and try new things, but really just keep doing
Just make
what
sure
you're
I
doing.
like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't do anything I don't like.
But I think I'm going to keep trying. I'm working on the uh, community tab more, and we'll have a video out on that alone, talking about that, your experiences and my experiences with that. And so I just want to try to hit more and more of these features. I want to start trying to get back into more of a regular schedule of live streaming. I've tried that before, and it's just, it keeps my brain activated to keep trying these new things when I kind of get stuck in a rut of just making the same videos. And it's also just a matter of convincing people that my regular videos aren't disappearing. I'm going to keep doing those. That's my bread and butter. But this is a great way to connect with the audience.
And it's a great thing to talk about on the Chad and Steve Have a YouTube channel.
Right.
So what's your take on shorts? Oh, viewer of this video, leave us a comment down below and let us know what you think about these shorts. Are you annoyed by vertical video? Are you more okay with vertical video now that we watch the majority of the content on our phones? Either way, let us know down below. And as always, thank you for watching.